Welcome to KwikBites from Jamaica, your go-to podcast for quick, insightful conversations on the latest trends, intriguing stories, and topics that matter to you. Whether you're taking a break or on the move, we're here to keep you informed and entertained in 10 minutes or less. Let's dive in.
But before we jump in, a quick word from our sponsor, JJ Merchant Services.
Are you a business owner looking to streamline your payment processing? They provide customized solutions tailored to your needs, ensuring that you can focus on what really matters, growing your business. From credit card processing to point-of-sale systems, JJ Merchant Services equips you with the tools to succeed in today's competitive market. So whether you're a small shop or a large enterprise, trust JJ Merchant Services to keep your transactions smooth and secure. Get a free statement analysis today. Use the link in the description below and qualify for a free terminal.
Welcome to KwikBites, your hard-hitting podcast for Jamaicans abroad. I'm your host, Kilo, and today we're diving deep into the headlines that are shaping our island nation. Let's start with a question that hits close to home for many of us. What price are we paying for the American dream? The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has continued removal flights of single adults and families to Jamaica and other Caribbean countries. This isn't just about numbers. It's about families torn apart, dreams shattered, and lives uprooted.
I feel like a stranger in my own country. My children are still in the States. It's like my heart has been ripped out.
But here's what many don't realize. These deportations are often a result of complex immigration laws and policies that change with each administration. It's not just about criminals being sent back. It's often about people who've built lives, contributed to communities, and are now facing an uncertain future. To those listening from abroad, I ask, how secure do you feel? And what can we do to support those who are sent back? Negril's new international airport and the price of progress. Is Jamaica's tourism boom coming at the cost of our natural heritage? The Airports Authority of Jamaica has identified a site for our fourth international airport in Negril, Westmoreland. But let's cut through the noise. What does this really mean for our people? On the surface, it's a win for tourism and economic growth. But dig deeper, and we're faced with tough questions. How will this impact Negril's delicate ecosystem? What about the local communities who call this area home? This airport could be the final nail in the coffin for Negril's natural beauty. Are we trading our birthright for a quick buck? But let's be real, Jamaica needs economic development. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett argues, this airport is crucial for our continued growth in the tourism sector. So, what's the truth? Well, it's complicated. We need jobs, but at what cost? As Jamaicans abroad, we must ask ourselves, what kind of Jamaica do we want to return to? Now let's talk about a story that should shake every Jamaican to their core. The security forces are under scrutiny after INDECOM's alarming report. INDECOM, our watchdog for police conduct, has dropped a bombshell. Up to 1/3 of people killed or injured by security forces were unarmed. Let that sink in. This isn't just about numbers, it's about lives, it's about trust. It's about the very fabric of our society. These findings are deeply troubling. We must retrain our forces and rebuild community trust. But here's what you won't hear in the headlines. This issue goes deeper than just police training. It's about systemic inequality, about the haves and have-nots, about the very soul of Jamaica. To those of you listening from abroad, I ask, how does this shape your view of home? And more importantly, what are we going to do about it? Let's shift gears to infrastructure and the Montego Bay bypass. Is it progress or pandemonium? The National Works Agency has implemented traffic changes for the Montego Bay bypass construction. On paper, it's progress. But for locals, it's daily chaos. Taxi driver Marcus Garvey, no relation to the national hero, spoke with reporters and didn't mince words. This bypass is a nightmare. My fares are down and the stress is up, he stated. But here's the kicker. This project could revolutionize transportation in Montego Bay. The question is, at what cost to the everyday Jamaican? To my listeners abroad, I ask, when you visit home, do you see the Jamaica of your memories or a changing landscape? And is that change for better or worse? In another attempt to crack down on crime, let's turn our attention to St. Elizabeth, where recent police operations have led to 7 arrests and the seizure of 2 firearms. On the surface, this looks like a win for law enforcement. But let's dig deeper. Superintendent Samuel Morgan spoke with reporters and said, "These operations are crucial in our fight against crime, but we can't arrest our way out of this problem. Here's what's not in the headlines: the root causes of crime in our communities. Poverty, lack of opportunities, and a sense of hopelessness are driving our youth towards criminality. To my listeners abroad, I ask, when you think of Jamaica, do you think of crime? And what role can the diaspora play in creating opportunities back home? Now let's talk money. The Senate has approved new regulations for financial conglomerates. It sounds dry, but trust me, this affects every Jamaican, at home and abroad. These new rules aim to prevent another financial meltdown like we saw in the 1990s. But here's what they're not telling you. These regulations could make it harder for small businesses to get loans. Economist Dr. Damian King offered his insight and said, "These regulations are necessary, but they're a double-edged sword. We need to ensure they don't stifle growth. For Jamaicans abroad sending remittances home, this could mean changes in how your money is handled. Stay alert and don't be afraid to ask questions." Now looking ahead, as we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect and ask the question: is Jamaica at a crossroads? We're seeing progress, but at what cost? From ICE deportations to new airports, from police brutality to financial regulations, our nation is grappling with complex issues that will shape our future. To my listeners abroad, I challenge you, stay engaged. Your voice matters. Whether it's through remittances, advocacy, or simply staying informed, you have a role to play in shaping Jamaica's future. Next week, we'll be diving into the impact of climate change on our island nation. Until then, this has been Kilo for KwikBites, keeping our finger on the pulse of Jamaica. Blessing. As we wrap up today's episode of KwikBites, I want to thank our sponsor, SAG Realty in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're looking to buy or sell property in the Atlanta area, SAG Realty is your go-to team. With their local expertise and personalized service, they'll help you navigate the real estate market with ease. Whether it's your dream home or an investment opportunity, SAG Realty is here to turn your real estate goals into reality.
Thanks for tuning in to KwikBites from Jamaican. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a bite-sized update. Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you'd like to hear next. Catch you in the next one.